Hey, it's Steph here, and guess what? You have finished half of these 12 weeks. So, round of applause for you. I think that is awesome, and I hope you're feeling good. So that means I would like you to get out your handy dandy journal and think back to that scale from 0 to 10. 10 being that you feel so confident, you know you're a rock star, you know you're incredible, and it just feels so good how good you feel about yourself. You love yourself, you feel very confident, and I want you to go ahead and think about that. Just breathe that in right now. Think about yourself. So if you want to, you could go ahead and close your eyes, take in a breath, and just think about the statement, I love myself deeply and completely. And when you think of that and that scale from 0 to 10, where would you put yourself today? And then go ahead and look back. Where did you start? Did you start at a 3 and now you're at a 4? Where are you at? Did you start at a 3 and now you're going backwards to a 2? If so, send me a message. We need to figure out what's happening right there. However, hopefully you see yourself going up that scale. So if you're at a 3, maybe you're at a 5, or maybe you're at a 4.5, or maybe you're at a 5.5, or you're knocking on 6's door. So let's see where you're at. Just take a moment and just kind of reassess where you're at on that scale. Write it down, take a note, write down whatever comes to mind as you realize where you're at today. Okay? Awesome. Now, for this week, we're going to talk about criticism and judgment and just releasing that from our life and stepping more into who we want to be, okay? So you will definitely find a breathing exercise this week on that helps you release any judgment from yourself or others, any stress, and then you'll find a hypnosis recording this week that you can do as well. And for your journaling prompts and your just like day-to-day add-ins are going to be this. So I want you to be very aware of when you're criticizing yourself. So I want you to tap into your self-awareness. And when you criticize yourself, I want you to release that habit from your life. So when you catch yourself criticizing, stop, time out, redo it. So you can say whatever sounds right for you. So you can say, whoa, stop, that's not true. Or, you know what, actually, it's okay for me to make mistakes. Or you can say, you know what, I love myself, instead of criticizing yourself. Also, when you find yourself criticizing others, I want you to do the same thing. If you catch yourself judging or criticizing someone else, and it's more than just venting like, oh, that was so frustrating today, you know, you can vent. But if it turns into criticizing and judging is when I'm going to encourage you to stop that behavior and then restate something. So what is something you like about that person? What is something you admire about them? What is something that feels good when you're around them? Something like that, okay? So stop yourself, change your critical statement, your judgmental statement into one of love and compassion, whether it's for you or someone else. The reason this is so important is because if we want to stop judging ourselves, it works really well when we stop judging others. Right? So it goes hand in hand. The more we're judging others, the more we're judging ourselves. The more we're criticizing others, the more we're criticizing ourselves. And if we really truly stop that habit, then we have way more room for love, appreciation, kindness, gentleness, encouragement, support, all the good stuff that we are lacking in our lives. So kick out that criticism and judgment and replace it with compassion and love and understanding and encouragement. So that's going to be pretty active and that's going to keep you pretty busy, right? So you're creating a new habit. So that's going to take a lot of your focus and attention this week. So the other exercise I want you to do this week is journaling exercise. And what I would love you to do is write out your dream life. Like basically, if your life was exactly what you'd want it to be, this is what it would look like. So go ahead and think of that scale from 0 to 10 again, and you're going to create your 10 life. You're going to write it all out. You're going to write it so like nothing could be better. This is the cream of the crop. It's everything that you think would just fill you up and help it so when you wake up in the morning, you're pumped for the day, and when you go tonight, you go to sleep feeling fulfilled and loved and warm and fuzzy and all that good stuff, okay? So as you're writing this out, include what kind of person are you in this world of yours, okay? What kind of relationships do you have? This includes an intimate romantic relationship, also your friendships, your family relationships, your business relationships. Write it all out. Like, this exercise might take you an hour and it might take several pages of your journal, right? So just really include all the details, all the things that you would want to be receiving, all the things you'd want to be giving. How are you showing up in this world? How are the people you're spending time with showing up in this world? You could even do like a day in the life of, as you know, your best life. Like, what are you doing? Or maybe a week in the life of, or a weekend in the life of, or just a combination of whatever that feels really good to you. So include all of your senses when you're filling this out as well. Include, you know, what does your home smell like? What perfume or not perfume do you use? What kind of clothes are you wearing? How does it feel when you're around other people, and how do they feel when they're around you, right? So this is kind of a continuation of last week's exercise, but I really want you to go in exactly how you want your life to be. Last week was more of you and your most confident self. This week is your most confident, fulfilling life. And then after you write this all out, go ahead and think of that scale from 0 to 10. And you know that this is your 10. You know that this is the goal, right? If everything could happen exactly how you want it to be, this is what it's going to look like, okay? So where are you on that scale? Are you on your way to there? And how far along are you? So it's always really helpful to know where we're starting so that we can identify what steps we need to take next. So after you know where you're at, then go ahead and write about what's an action plan that you can take that's going to continue to bring you closer to your 10, right? So what, I don't know, is the next step for you to do, you know, and think little, right? Because we're not going from a 3 to a 10. We're going from a 3 to a 4 to a 4.5, right? So think about what you need to do to keep you moving towards your 10. And also pay attention to what's going to take you away from your 10. What's going to bring you from a 3 to a 2.5 to a 2. And what can you actively do to prevent yourself from going backwards? And what can you put into place so that you can encourage yourself to keep moving forward? So this is like a thought, it's like a daydreaming, fantasy, thought-provoking exercise though, that's going to help you identify your own power, your own part in this journey. What can you actually be doing that's going to bring you towards the life that you are daydreaming about? When you know who you need to be and what you need to do to propel you forward, it's so much easier to do. So have a lot of fun with this exercise as usual. Go ahead and set up your environment in a way that feels very comforting and soothing and calming to you so that this exercise just feels peaceful and exciting and you're in a good state. You're high vibing when you're completing this exercise, and remind yourself that anything's possible, right? So as you're writing this out, prevent any criticism or judgment that tries to sneak in, that tries to tell you you're dreaming too big, you're being ridiculous. Anytime you have a moment that feels a little bit of like embarrassments coming up as you're writing this, pause and reflect on that. What is it about this idea that is bringing embarrassment up in you? Is it someone else might say something? Is it, I don't know, you've judged someone about this in the past and now you want it? What's happening right there as you are doing this exercise? And help yourself go all the way through that emotion. Identify it, where is it coming from, and what is going to help you release that and move through it so that you can actually put a plan together and feel confident about what you want to do instead of feeling embarrassed. Because if you're feeling embarrassed, you're going to hold yourself back. You're going to think, this is really silly. I can't believe I want this. What are other people going to say? What if it doesn't happen? The thing is, right now, this week, today, as you're doing this exercise, this is the moment you're in, right? And you're safe in this moment. No one else knows what it is that you're writing, so you don't have to worry about anyone else judging you. So release the temptation to judge yourself as you explore what your dreams are and as you explore who you need to be. You might realize that the person you need to be is a person who lets yourself be free to explore and desire without judgment, so that you can release that embarrassment, so that you can actually take action towards the goals and the dreams and the life that you want to have. Okay? So be very gentle and loving and kind to yourself as you go through this process. I want to remind you that you are incredible. Your dreams are not silly. They are wonderful. And the world needs you. So keep showing up, keep being you, keep believing in yourself, even if it's just small little steps at a time. You're worth the dream that you're going to write about. Sending so much love to you, and please remember to hit the like and subscribe, and have an incredible week. Sending so much love to you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.